On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, I'm going to share with you the list of block producers that I've voted for in the EOS network and a reason for each one. Now, you may agree or disagree with my choices, and you may even agree or disagree with my reasons, but I offer them to you nonetheless. I had some great feedback from yesterday's video, and a lot of questions came up in the comments, so it is my intention to do another video answering those very questions. For now though, let's get into the EOS block producers that I voted for and why. Now, because I have 30 block producers to get through, I'm only going to give you my number one reason for selecting them. I'm also going to split this into two parts, just to make sure the video doesn't run on. Now, this list is in no particular order, and I'm basing these decisions on publicly available information that either the block producers provide on their website or what I could find out from the EOS portals. I'm also taking into account stuff that I've learned about the various block producer candidates, if say they were interviewed on EOS Radio or some other similar show that I've seen. Now, just to be clear, I've not received anything of any sort from any of these block producers. This is literally just my own will and my own desire to vote for them based on my own research. Now, if you want to skip the research process for yourself and just copy my votes, go right ahead. If you check the show notes for this video, you'll find a Google spreadsheet where I've listed all the block producer candidates that I'm voting for, what country they're based in, and then my number one reason for voting for them. There's also a feature in EOS that allows you to delegate your voting power to me, and then I can just vote on your behalf and update my votes whenever necessary. Now, this feature is already there, it's just not very easy to use because there's no graphical user interface that I know of as yet that will allow you to do it. So for now, you'll just have to vote for yourself and copy my votes if that's what you want to do. So now let's get into my first 15 block producers and why I voted for them. So the first block producer I chose to vote for was EOS Blocksmith. So they've committed to complete financial independence to guarantee that they never face conflict of interest. That's literally what they say, right? So they say they will not give or receive money from anyone beyond the block rewards. So any unused rewards that they don't use, they'll just burn them in order to increase the value of the remaining EOS tokens, right? They also say they're going to publish all of their finances so the community can review exactly what they're doing with their money. The next block producer that I voted for was EOS Canada. So EOS Canada develops the EOS BIOS boot software, which was instrumental in securely and successfully launching the EOS mainnet. So I think that deserves a vote right there. Next was EOS Authority, based in the UK. Not only have they provided us with a handful of really useful tools, they also prevented a hacker from scamming people out of about $10 million worth of EOS. So this was a user error, it wasn't a system flaw. So this user error would have cost 213 people to lose a total of about $10 million worth of EOS if EOS Authority had not raised the alarm and spotted the flaw in what people were doing. My next vote went to EOS Vibes. I personally believe the Higher Vibes app that they're developing will add massive value to the EOS token, and I just really want to see how that plays out. And I've also spent enough time with Kyle in person to believe that he's a very, very capable businessman, and that gives me confidence in the block producer candidacy as a whole. So my next vote went to Shios. I think an all-women block producer candidacy is something very different to add into the mix in the EOS ecosystem. So as an experiment, I want to see what happens when an all-female tech team comes together to support EOS, and how exactly that differs from, say, a block producer that has mixed gender or all male, right? So they're also the only block producer candidate that I know of in Spain, so that gives us some more geographical distribution. My next vote went to EOS Build Team because that gives me another point of geographical decentralization. Plus, these guys are actively building apps already on the Steam blockchain, which means they're familiar with the technological framework that EOS uses. So I expect their app development on EOS to follow a similar pace to what they've been doing on Steam, which has been very good. My next vote went to EOS India. So they recognize that EOS is needed in societies where, quote, corruption is rewarded and honesty is a self-sacrifice, close quote. And they also make repeated commitments on their website to the EOS principles of securing life, liberty, and property for all. Then I voted for Liberty Block. So these guys are true crypto anarchists. It's a collaboration between Everypedia, Ikigai Asset Management, and the Dollar Vigilante. Now their servers are based in Bhutan, which gives us even more geographical decentralization, and because the Dollar Vigilante is involved, Jeff Berwick is on the team, right? Now that's important to me because, like I said on EOS Go recently, he's just not going to take kindly to any governments or banks trying to stop them from being a block producer, so I don't think he's going to be easily intimidated. Next, I voted for EOS Fish. Right, this block producer candidacy was founded by Chun Wang, who also founded the F2 pool, which is a top 5 Bitcoin mining pool. So him, along with Marshall Long, who's another OG in the whole mining game, gives me confidence they have very strong technical chops and will be entirely competent to run a block producer in EOS to a high standard. Then I voted for Liquid EOS. So this is the Bancor team who will be bringing the Bancor liquidity system to EOS. Now this will be incredibly valuable when people start building ERC20 style tokens on EOS, because Bancor will provide that liquidity to allow you to convert one token to another. Then I went ahead and voted for Tokenica. So these are the creators of EOS Factory, which allows developers to create EOS smart contract apps in the Python programming language. Now the reason that's important is because Python is one of the fastest growing and already one of the most popular languages in the world. So this will attract a lot of developers to build on EOS and add lots of value to the token. Next I voted for EOS Argentina. Now because Argentina is a key strategic location in terms of the fight for cryptocurrency adoption, the mess that they keep getting into with their currency creates kind of golden opportunity in my mind for having an EOS block producer on the ground, and that will enable them to broaden adoption of crypto significantly. Then I voted for EOS Cafe. So they plan to focus on facilitating in-person collaboration by establishing these EOS cafes. So these are real-world workspaces where EOS enthusiasts can meet up and build apps and all the rest of it. They're even looking to allow people to buy coffee with EOS as a currency, so I love that idea. Next I voted for EOS Sweden, and their angle is to run a block producer that produces blocks running entirely on renewable energy sources. So they've also got some really serious server hardware to run it off as well, so I like that. And finally, for this block, I voted for Ono. So they're building a decentralized social network on EOS, and it's led by this lady, Kizu, who's an absolute superstar business builder, and she has a track record to prove it. So that's my first block of 15 block producers that I've voted for so far. And if you think some of my reasons conflict each other, that's intentional. What I'm going for is a broad distribution, like a real diverse tapestry of different block producers, rather than what I don't want is homogenization, which would be looking for a network of 21 block producers who are all very, very similar. I don't want that. I want very distinctly different block producers. So that's why I'm using very different reasons to vote for all the different producers that I've chosen. So let me know what you think to my choices in the comments below. Let me know if you're going to copy my votes, or if you voted for someone else, let me know who and why. But that's all for this episode. So if you liked this episode, go ahead, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. And again, please leave me a comment below with some feedback and get subscribed. So I'll be back with the next episode of the Cryptoverse, where I'll do part 2 of my other 15 block producers. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.